Hi there, this is Ubaidullah, and in this poem I am going to help you understand the figurative devices that are used in the poem named Amanda. So let's get started. First of all, we will see the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of each stanza is different. So I've highlighted the last word that is actually the rhyming word. So you see that uh, in the first and second line the word Amanda has been repeated, but in the third line there's a new word straight. So here you can see the word Amanda and the second word Amanda, they also going to have the same rhyme scheme, but the new rhyme coming after that straight will have B, but Amanda again will have a rhyme scheme. So A B A B A will be the rhyme scheme of the first stanza. Come to the second stanza now. In this, we see that the words see, me, and blissfully are actually rhyming the same way. So all of them will have the rhyme scheme C. Why we are using C? Because we have already chosen B. So A B A B A, then C C C. So remember we have already chosen A, B, C already. Okay, we have given A to Amanda. So Amanda, the word Amanda is being repeated. So we will give Amanda the same rhyme scheme as we have given previously. Now if we come across any new rhyme, we will give them after C. Okay, so A, B, C have already been chosen. D, E, F will be chosen next. So Amanda, and in the third line, Amanda will be given the same rhyme scheme. But as you can see, we have here the shoes. So we will have A, B, C, D will be given to the third line. So the rhyme scheme will be A, then A, then again, and it is going to be D, then last Amanda will again be A. So A, D, A will be the rhyme scheme of the third stanza. If you come to the fourth stanza, here we see the rhyme scheme, the same rhyme scheme, street, feet, and then sweet. So after D it will be E. So all the three lines will have the same rhyme scheme. So on this page we learn that in the third and fourth stanza the rhyme scheme will be A D A E E E. Okay, the fourth stanza will have E in all the three lines as the rhyme scheme. Here we have stanza number 5 and 6. Again we see the word Amanda in two consecutive lines, then there is another new rhyme, then again we see Amanda. So we will choose the same rhyme scheme for word Amanda as we have given earlier. So A, and for the last line we will again give a rhyme scheme. But U is the new word, it has not come earlier. So we have already chosen till E. So now it is going to be F. So U will be given F. So the rhyme scheme of stanza number 5 will be A, F, A. Now after F will be G. So we have here the new rhyme, but all the three lines have the same rhyme as previously in stanza number 3 and stanza number 4. Now stanza number 6 is having the same rhyme scheme again in the whole stanza, care, rare, and hair. So it will all three lines will have the same rhyme, G, G, and G. So the rhyme scheme of fifth and sixth stanza will be A, F, A, G, G, J. Here we have all the last words that have been repeated previously. Amanda have been repeated previously. You have been repeated previously in the stanza number 5, where it has been said that can you please look at me when I'm talking to you. So the word you was given earlier the rhyme scheme F. So here again we will give it F. So Amanda will be given A, as from the beginning it has been given A, and you will be given F. So the rhyme scheme of the last stanza will be AAFA. So this was all about rhyme scheme. Let's move on to the figurative devices. First of all, we are going to talk about anaphora. Anaphora is a figure of speech that is used when we use the same word in the beginning of a sentence, or one or two words in the beginning of the sentence in at least two consecutive lines. It should be in continuity, like in the first line and the second line. If we have one different line in between, it won't be called anaphora. So if you see in the poem, you will see that it has been said, don't bite your nails, Amanda, don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. So the two consecutive lines are starting with don't, so it will be called anaphora. Again, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? So again, the word did is repeated in the very beginning of the two consecutive sentences. It will be again called anaphora. The second device used in the poem is assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sound, and this repetition can be anywhere in the word. It can be in the beginning, it can be in the middle, or at the end. So you see that the vowel sound, when it is vowel, it will call assonance. So the vowel sound O has been repeated. I have highlighted the letter O for you. You can see that don't, your, shoulder in one line, and in another line I thought, told you, your, shoe. So these are the repetition of vowel sound, examples of repetition of vowel sound. And in the last line you see that the word you, and then look, then again you. So this is the instance of the assonance. Then we see the word, the letter E is being, and the sound of letter E is being repeated. Please, me, speak. So this is the instance of assonance. The assonance has been used in the poem. Now, opposite to assonance, there is consonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sound anywhere in the letter, and this is consonance, opposite of and assonance. In consonance, you have the repetition of consonant sound anywhere in the letter. So here we see the sound of R is being repeated. So we see Rapunzel in the beginning, R is in the beginning, and the care, and in the word care we see R in the middle. Then in the second line we see R in the middle, then in never R at the end of the word, then bride, then hair. So these are the sound of R. It is called consonance when we see the repeated sound of a consonant letter. But do not get confused, because we are going to come to another figure of speech where we will learn that when we use the consonant sound in the beginning only, it will be called another different kind of figure of speech. Now let's see how and where metaphor is used. So metaphor, let's understand what is metaphor. Metaphor, a word or phrase applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. हम आम तौर से उसके बारे में इस तरह से उसको रिलेट करके बात नहीं करते हैं जैसे कि हम मेटाफर में करते हैं. So metaphor is a way of speaking, a way of saying things, but we connect two things, we apply two different things. Those are not literally applicable. Those are not literally associated with each other. So let's understand it more with the examples. Use of word emerald है ना, for sea. हमने देखा कि sea के लिए emerald word use हुआ था. Emerald is a kind of a stone that is green, but to show the color of the sea, the word emerald has been used. Emerald sea. It has not been said that the sea like emerald. So when we see the likeness of the, when we see that two things are being related, but they are not very, applicable to each other. They are not very related to each other. So there, the use of metaphor is found. Now we see silence is golden. So when you say silence is golden, so it does not literally mean that silence is like gold. So, but it is being said that it is as precious, as glorious as gold. So whenever you can find, catch it, grab it. The freedom is sweet. It is not said that the freedom is actually, you will taste it and you will find it is not bitter, it is not salty, it is actually sweet. No, it is actually the similarity that is not literally applicable. So it has been said that freedom, you will enjoy freedom the way you enjoy some sweet. Now we have figure of speech as repetition. Earlier we have studied that if a word is being repeated in two or more consecutive lines, it will be called anaphora. If a letter is being repeated and if that letter is vowel, it will be called consonants. If a letter is being repeated and that letter is consonant, it will be called consonants. But here we are talking about the repetition figure of speech. So what is repetition? Repetition is when a word or a phrase is being repeated. And when we see the repetition of a word or a phrase two or more times in a line or in a stanza, it will be called repetition. Such as we see the word Amanda. Okay, we see Amanda so many times, so it will be called repetition. As I told you earlier that when a vowel sound is being repeated anywhere in the letter, it will be called, when a consonant sound is being repeated anywhere, it will be called consonance. But if it is repeated only in the beginning, it will be called alliteration. So this is a minor difference, so you must remember it, as we see that S, the sound of S is being repeated, but everywhere in the beginning. Stop slouching, sit straight, stop sulking. So two or more, if the repetition is at two or more places, it will be called alliteration. But remember, it should always be in the beginning. Now, last but not the least, we have allusion. Allusion is actually the figure of speech in which we use the real or imaginary concept. Okay, it can be real, or it can be imaginary. We are talking about a famous person or a famous place, a thing or event. And it may be imaginary or it may be real. Like we say that he fought like, he sacrificed like Bhagat Singh. He spoke on 15th August like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So when we are, when we are giving reference of people who are famous, a place, a thing, or event, the things can be imaginary, people can be imaginary, or it can be real. Okay, now let's have more understanding with the help of examples. Here we see the word mermaid. Mermaid actually is an imaginary creature where we see half human, half fish. So it is imaginary creature, but it is famous, है ना? इसको हम जलपरी के नाम से भी जानते हैं. In German fairy tale, you see the character Rapunzel. Rapunzel is actually, she was having unbelievably long hair, and on a tower. From a tower, she should put her hair down, and someone can climb up. So that was another imaginary figure, but a famous figure had been, applied here. Reference have been given here. So in these two instances, the figure of speech will be illusion. So I hope uh, uh, everything was clear to you throughout, and this is it, and this is all for today in this video. So we will work on the exercise in the coming videos, inshallah. So see, thank you very much for watching the video. See you again soon.